Hello, hello, Sagittarius. It's your turn for your reading for the month of November. Hope you all are doing well. Pretty much tomorrow we're in the new moon of Scorpio. So just recently started Scorpio season. So hopefully it won't be too bad for you guys. And then in November, we have a new or full moon in Taurus, and then a new moon in Sagittarius, so your sign. So I feel like there could be possibly some new beginnings for you guys, some new things happening for you, maybe for this month since it is a new moon in Sagittarius. So do keep that in mind. All right, bottom of the deck, we have Eight of Cups in reverse. So I'm feeling maybe there's an idea, maybe there's something that you had to walk away from. Maybe there's an idea of something that you're walking away from. Just the idea of letting the past go. I feel like for some of you, letting something go that hasn't been working for you. That could be a relationship, could be a job, could be something that you've been trying to manifest in this life and that you're walking away from. Maybe not being stable enough within something and dealing with a lot of anxiety. But let's get back into the month. So coming in, the High Priestess in reverse. So I feel this is a need, maybe a wake-up call to really get back into, you know, your guidance system, getting back into your intuition when it comes to situations, dealing with people. Because I feel like for sometimes you've been dealing with a lot of people that, you know, you try to help the best you can, but maybe they're not listening to what you've tried to help them with. So I feel like with the High Priestess is here to remind you, you know, it's easy to give ourselves to people, or it's easy to, you know, always want to give to a situation that may not be healthy for us. But at the same time, it's about, you know, getting back in alignment to our higher guidance system when it comes to dealing with people and situations. Because I feel like a lot of you, you've been giving to situations that you're having to make a decision. Some of you walked away on something that maybe you're not listening to your intuition. So I feel like this month is a time to get back in alignment with that. So I feel like with the World card here, it's about transition period, you know, working on what's not working. You know, Scorpio is about value, you know, getting back into, you know, alignment with yourself, being okay with yourself. Um, there could have been an imbalance that you've been dealing with, maybe in relationships, that maybe turn your world around and maybe you haven't really been listening to. So it's a call, it's awakening to really get back into alignment with yourself, most importantly, because Page of Cups here. So it could be about maybe taking a step back on really seeing who you are as a person. And, you know, if you are single, you know, being okay with yourself. Um, a lot of you've been giving to maybe situations with other people that really has drained you, that has really put you in a place where you feel like you haven't been able to give to yourself. So if you're giving more to other people and not enough to yourself, then it's going to drain you. It's going to drain your resources. It's going to drain you as a person. So I feel like Four of Cups here is, don't be unemotional. You know, maybe unemotional available. Maybe you've been trying to do that. Maybe trying to get back into, you know, this place of safety within yourself, because there's a lot of disappointments on the outside that you're dealing with of people, where you're having a problem when it comes to, you know, giving yourself time to recover from it all. King of Wands, I feel like that has to do with, could be in and out energy, kind of like you're kind of confused on which path you want to go on because you don't want to disappoint, maybe other people, but at the same time you're dealing with the corruption of yourself, not being fulfilled or happy within yourself. So, and then Queen of Wands. So kind of the in and out energy, maybe this is divided between two people. You want to take action on something, but also too, you don't want conflict with other people. And I feel like for some of you, you've dealt with a lot of conflicts with other people. You've tried to help them, you try to move forward or help these people move forward on with their lives, but at the same time, it's disappointing you. So I feel like in some of you, you care deeply for people. You're always there for people, but at the same time, I feel like you're getting trapped into not really doing what you want and always putting yourself on the back burner so you can help people, but at the same time, there's conflicts when it has to deal with, your own happiness. What do you want at the same time? So I feel like the Strength card is here to remind you, Sagittarius, you really need to get back in, regaining your balance, because Strength in reverse, I feel like, you've been drained. Maybe it's a work dynamic, you're dealing with people or situations, at the home where something's draining, something's imbalanced here, and you really don't have the passion like you used to. And I feel like a lot of you've gotten in these situations maybe with people, and you do everything you can. You're always busy, you're always active, but at the same time, at the end of the day, you don't have strength enough to do what you're really passionate about because you're helping everybody else. So I think the Six of Swords is about maybe letting go of something that's not working, letting go that something's pulling you away from your true happiness. And I think some of you have done that, where you've cut certain people out, or you've cut certain situations out, whether it's job, people, because people are relying on you, but at the same time you've cut other people out. So it's really about redirecting your energy to yourself. And then we have the Devil card in reverse. So you want freedom ultimately from these restrictions, from these situations. You want to get out of them. But at the same time, you're kind of weighing out your options on how to do that. Because I feel like a lot of people are wanting your attention, a lot of people wanting you to assist them because they're not able or something like that. But at the same time, you don't want to hurt anybody in the process. But I feel like in the process, there has been a few people that maybe you've cut out or you've walked away from because you had to cut something out. So it's all about your perception, really. And maybe you had a good reason why you had to cut certain people out of your life, because something was holding you back from actually being more passionate. So maybe there's two scenarios. Maybe there's certain conflicts with people that were holding you back from your passions. And also there could have been a job situation. And then there's other people that have come into your life where you felt like they were bringing back passion into your life. They actually cared, or in some way they gave you the freedom that you've been needing, so you cut out the other people. So I feel like in this situation, or this month of November, it's really about taking the blindfolds off, seeing the illusion of it all, that maybe you've been out of your element for some time, especially we're not in water season again. So I think it's about being real with yourself, being real with your relationships, and no longer putting on this facade that maybe you care, but then you don't. But to other people, you care because they give you the freedom you need to do what you need. Maybe it's friends. I don't know. Maybe for some of you, you felt like you needed friends to help you get out of this toxicity or get out of a situation with a partnership so you can fully work on your passions. But I feel like a lot of you cut certain people out, and now you're going to have to really see all that you've done for the past few months or maybe years, that you're really seeing things for what it is now, and realize that maybe people that were trying to help you onto a better path, now you're stuck with the toxicity of it all. And it's really seeing things clearer. Maybe you've been in illusion of something that you thought was going to bring you happiness. But at the same time, you could have been dealing with toxic people that were draining you dry and that you weren't passionate like you used to. And I think for some of you, it could have been a job situation where you don't want to get back into the same old stuff, and you're trying to look for something new and more passionate for you. But also too, you're dealing with people that may want something from you, but actually is stealing the energy within you. I mean, no one can really steal your energy, but I feel like it's about really taking the blindfolds off and seeing everything that you've done, that your choices do affect people. Your consequences are starting to show up. And I feel like, in November, you're going to see that. You're going to see that everything you planted a seed into may, in the long run, be a disappointment. But I think, Sagittarius always deals with versus what they need and want. So, if they're not really content where they're at, they're going to find a different avenue where they can fully be themselves and fully express themselves. But I feel like for some time, Sagittarius, you've had to deal with situation conflicts with people where you maybe felt like, you were doing more than the other people, or you felt like, you really couldn't work on you. You really couldn't be as passionate about life because of these people. And I feel like that's why some of you left a situation or got out of a partnership, because maybe people demanded your attention or work demanded too much, and you're really focusing on you right now, focusing on what you can build for your empire per se. But I think it's about seeing the truth of everything you put your time and effort in, whether it's good relationship, bad relationship, because that's what Scorpio season does. You could be dealing with a Scorpio, but I think it's more about like Scorpio's energy. You start seeing people for who they really are. And I feel like some people that you cut off may have been someone that could have actually helped you or maybe has helped you. But I feel like you just had to move out of a situation because it was draining. It was maybe draining your resources, draining something about your income. It really wasn't benefiting you in some way. So I feel like you're trying to get out of a situation. But yeah, I think you're going to have to see things for what they really are, whether you lost something good or something bad. Anyways, I wish you guys the best. Bye-bye.